Well, hello there. This is Justin with another crossover minute. I wanted to share a few things that came of a recent conversation with a friend. Just a few things about healthy relationships and having discretion with the way that we handle getting to know people, whether they be in person or from a distance, whether it's through some online forum or platform, or whether it be through a mutual friend or whatever it may be. It's been a while since I had a conversation with someone about those things, and they had some honest questions and some recent experiences or interactions, and it just kind of stirred up that whole area of my heart, and just kind of the passion that I have for seeing us do relationships well, having healthy encounters and engagements with people, and really just taking accountability and responsibility, especially in this digital age we've long since been in, and in the online and social media, and just the whole, all those things out there that are so easy to not really truly be ourself in those settings, yet on the flip side of that same coin actually show more of our true raw colors with the way that we're capable of being and need to be much more watchful of. And yeah, by the way, this is all just informal. These videos I do, I haven't been very formal with these very long, so I'm just sitting here with you honestly, just talking. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've heard and seen people. I mean, and again, especially online, but even in person, I've seen this with local connections and friendships that were, with interest beyond, where people seem to have just a lot of relational and emotional immaturity or backwardsness, lack of awareness. I believe there's deeper roots to that, but that's definitely a condition I'm seeing, and especially these days, just more than ever. You know, before we had the advent of the internet and engaging people online, back in the archaic days of email, that was the first mode of electronic communication before it expanded beyond that. There was a lot more, everything was in person or by letter or by phone call on a landline tied to a wall or desk unit. And there was just more holding us accountable to commitment, to honesty, to integrity. Not saying that people weren't doing those things, of course, not diminishing any of that. But the point is that with the digital age and the advent of technology and being able to sit behind a screen like I am right now, with or without an actual honest video or picture of myself for that matter, you can technically, sort of, besides whatever measure of self of conscience that you have, and self accountability to that conscience, you can pretty much do and say whatever you want, act like whatever you want, pretend to be whoever you want, however you want, and kind of then just step away, shut the device down, close the laptop lid, or turn off, and just walk away from it. And you can get into many deep things mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and other appropriate or inappropriate ways of things. And next thing you know, you have this, and if someone's engaging you with this, you have this actual literal bond and tie, on at least an emotional level, that's actually real. Whether it's realistic or not, it's real. And there comes any time we're dealing with people's hearts, our own and others, there's always a God-given responsibility of how we manage that, how we do, because that's the fabric of His creation and the object of His affection, and His of the most sacredness to Him. And ideally, that's the way we see it, not only with respect to Him, but that's how we actually personally view it and take it. But again, a lot of relational and emotional backwardness and maturity, as well as the whole other nuance of having been broken, traumatized, and not being fully maybe healed up and really sturdy within emotionally, or in a good place to be able to handle um, friendships beyond, or relationships beyond just friendship, very well, or yet, or the fact is that we have a lot of really either disrespectful, inappropriate, or insensitive or uncaring, or just otherwise unrealistic interactions with each other. And when someone's going in a little bit naively, or a little bit blindly, or a little bit too openly, and not as, I'm gonna say guarded, I'm gonna say have healthy filters and boundaries in place with their heart, it can really, really hurt someone. And we have to understand and realize that. And I will, as a man, especially speak to men in this, and saying that, guys, I know how we are and can be, and then you put us in front of a computer or app or whatever we're doing on our phone, or just some online form connecting with a female or whatever. Come on, man. Come on, seriously. I mean, some of the things that even, and let's just talk about people in the church. I'm going to talk about people that aren't following God, just people that are actually in the church, go to church, believers in Jesus, or whether they actually are, or they say so, or just whatever, just again, I just say in the church. Let's leave it at that. Seriously, even us guys in the church, and some of the things that people are willing to say to women in private messages on any given social media account or dating app or whatever, things even sent, pictures or just other things, or whether it be getting way ahead of, you haven't even met the person yet, maybe even hadn't had a video call yet, and already either making promises, or saying things like you've known each other for months, or like you're dating with deep bonds or engaged, as far as making plans or promises or commitments, or the way you call them, with flirty type words, and just things that it's like, man, you're way ahead. You're talking and acting and conducting yourself way ahead of where you actually are with this person. And then the moment you get on a video call, or the moment you meet them in person, and you're like, oh, whoa, I don't really know. And then you ghost them, or you just otherwise quickly disappear and don't give, you know, man, this has got to stop. I know it won't, especially me just sitting there saying this, who knows how few people even see this video, but I'm praying it. So that'll go way beyond this video and its views and audience. I'm praying that men, and I'll say women too, but I'm just, again, I have a heart for reaching boys and men, and that type of thing, and speaking into our lives, and how we can be good, growing, responsible, mature men and followers of Jesus, and servants of God, and lovers of people who are in need and broken. And what man, we can do so much better. We can do so much better. We can be so respectful and patient and guarding, and actually take the lead of a relationship in the way it's supposed to be, in the sense of the pace that it should be on, and developing friendship first, and enjoying the journey and the process of that relationship, before getting into anything that's excessively emotional, or and I say that especially from a distance, or in online forums and stuff like that. Man, we cannot, ladies and men, because this happens both ways too. This goes both ways, okay? But don't fall for the lines, when they start saying, we're going to do this, and oh, God must be in this. It seems like he's this or that, and stop. You haven't even sat down with the person and had a lunch or a coffee, or hot chocolate for people like me that don't drink coffee, or whatever it may be, and spend the time, go to walk in the park, or have some fun activity out somewhere, in public, especially first meetings and stuff, and having some, video calls and stuff, or if you're from a distance or whatever as well, and it being realistic, as far as where you live, and is it possible to have sufficient visits, and to foster and time together. And before you even, I mean, I know this is not easy, especially when we're either in a, I mean, people are out there on dating apps for a reason because they want to have companionship. But man, I'm telling you, we don't have near the restraints of we can say and do, like I said, whatever, and that includes the receiver's heart, is because it feels good to be respected or to be nice things said, especially if you have a bad history of the way people have treated you and the things you've experienced. It feels good to be appreciated, or in as much as possible adored or cherished or whatever, from and just hearing the nice things. But we have to nip it in the bud when someone starts going there. Say, wait, that's not where we're at. We can't talk ahead of where we're at in our journey, in our knowing each other. And if they persist in that, then they have their own issues with either relational maturity or maybe codependency themselves on a relationship, or maybe they're kind of players, or maybe, I mean, it could be multiple things. But one thing is for sure is they're not respecting relationship and general process and healthy growth of relationship. Or they don't know it, they don't understand this, or they're not respecting you and your desires for walking it out more patiently and appropriately, and realistically and sustainably. Because that's the other thing, if you get into saying all these things within the first few weeks of knowing someone and haven't even met them yet, or whatever, and you're saying all these, oh, good morning, sweetheart, or all the, blah blah blah, and little those emojis that kiss and hug and do all that stuff. Or what? Come on now, that's not even sustainable for you, much less the relationship, or that you can't even keep that up, because again, you don't even know how this person is in person, if you're still going to feel that way even meeting them and stuff. And that's how relationships truly are long term. You're in person together, so you have to like and want that person when you're with them, not just what their picture seems to look like and how they seem to interact through messages or what. Come on now, you don't even know if you really feel that way about the person. Don't be. Stop. Is all I can say, is stop. Stop the madness. Until next time, I'll just end it right there.